fighting in the chat. This is Rebel Scum Podcast. Flying casual.
Flags are all around.
Flying casual. Din F105.
She says it's easier to keep her head down.
Bringing the show to a start. Joining me,
Looks at you strange when you
as always, to my left-ish right is Andrew Fantasia. Andrew, what up?
Hey, I'm some guy, and I'm live. How's it going?
Some guy's live, and Brock's here too. Brock.
Nice.
Brock's wearing a winter hat. Is it cold?
A winter hat.
Yeah.
To toque.
Whatever.
He Canadian.
I call it a winter hat.
No, it's not cool.
How's your run today? I know you went for a run.
Good. I ran 3 5-minute spurts, and I'm like, running is stupid.
You're doing it.
But did I hatch a bunch of poke eggs? You know it.
Did you what?
I hatched a bunch of Pokemon eggs, so like it's
that your
take the good with the bad, right?
Is that your motivation for running?
That's my whole reason for running.
That's fair.
man.
I've run before, and my whole thing has been like, if I finish this run, I gotta have my Bah Humbug beer at home. So I totally get that. That's how you do it. You gotta. You need
Now, these eggs are virtual, right, Brock? These didn't come out of your body.
No, I keep them in my pockets, and they get nice and warm.
Rez says Brock jacket giveaway? Question mark.
I was like, I'm gonna put the jacket on because I'm still wearing the shirt I was wearing earlier today. Because why would I change my clothes?
Nobody changed.
Yeah,
It's the same day. It was we went.
Exactly.
The spoiler alert.
But I
if you
put
watch
it
tomorrow-
on. I put it on because it was here, and I was like,
Sure.
sure.
If you watch tomorrow's lunchtime chat, we're all wearing the same clothes we are, right? Well, not you now, but we don't change. We're in
Wow,
isolation.
spoilers.
We're just all wearing the same thing. Tomorrow we will have a 12 p.m. Eastern show, but unfortunately it cannot be live. So we hope you still join us. It'll be a lot of fun. Trivia at lunchtime today was fun, so maybe we'll do a little bit more tonight, because guess what? I got the cards. Spoiler alert, Boba Fett is the answer for all of them. That's a.
Oh, I knew it.
Yeah. Automated Joy is here. Automated's here. Rachel's here. Lauren is here. Blonde Tweets is here. Rachel, Rez, Rural Farm Boy, and Andrew
Someone
Fantasia.
new named Lee, apparently.
Lee's here? Where?
I don't know. I just saw Rachel say we have Lee, who is new. So I said, hello, welcome aboard.
Oh,
Because I want new people to be welcome. I don't see them either. But it might be the Blonde Tweets, because that's not a name I super recognize.
I'm not sure. Let's get into it, shall we?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, congratulations,
Let's.
Automated Joy, who won the High Republic Light of the Jedi novelization, which might be delayed. We'll find out. But anyway, you get
Congrats.
that. Yeah. Congrats. Today's winner of the trivia at lunchtime was me. I won. I knew all the answers. I got them all right. I had them in front of me. All right. So earlier, like an hour ago, 2 hours ago, whatever it was, Making Star Wars, Jason Ward tweeted just out of the blue. Rumor, this is only a rumor, Jamie Lee Curtis could be in Mandalorian Season 2. He saw her around the shooting location. I believe he lives very close to where they shoot The Mandalorian. Jamie Lee Curtis possibly there. Brock, you had some strong words when I sent you that tweet, that text.
Yeah, like I'm. That's exciting. I like Jamie Lee Curtis. Like she should be in more things. That's pretty much it. But like, I really do not like Making Star Wars. I've said this before. So explain to me again. How does he know this stuff? He doesn't work on the sets, right? He just is in proximity.
No, he has all the inside information. He has contacts at Lucasfilm, and not like Mike Zero contacts, like legit contacts.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I don't even concern myself with Mike Zero, but like,
yeah, but Mike Zero had like
it's
4
like,
videos on Saturday.
It's still kind of. Oh, sure, great. I don't follow him at all. So
no, I know. I was just
why would I? Okay, first of all, let's back up. I make a Star Wars podcast. Why would I want to listen to anything that isn't like this is a weird term, reputable news source? Sorry, come after me, but like, you know what I mean? Like, we talk about Star Wars. I typically just want to read in article form and just give me the like big thing. I don't need to hear theories. I don't need to hear if somebody is sad or mad or whatever. So like, yeah, no, I avoid that stuff. And I think that's my contention with making Star Wars. I'm just like, he like what's his name? Jason. He flits between like I ruin things or I make things better, and I don't like that. But that's just me. That has nothing to do. But anyways, going back to the point, Jamie Lee Curtis, fantastic. I hope this is true. So like, I guess that's the whole point of what I was saying. Like, I don't hearing anything from making Star Wars, but like this is true. I'm like, ooh, that'd be sweet.
Andrew.
I mean, I don't think there's a human being alive who doesn't love seeing Jamie Lee Curtis. If she wants to pop up at anything, let her. But right now, I mean, this is just me. I just want her to focus on making Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends the best two movies that could possibly be. So if that means don't be a Mandalorian and like divert your attention elsewhere, I'm fine with that. She doesn't have to be a Mandalorian. I just want those two movies to rock. Please, God, we need more good Halloween movies. But I'll welcome her aboard, man. It's Jamie Lee. Why not?
Yeah. Well, okay, so in the article, I'm going to paraphrase because I don't have it in front of me, but in the article, it went something along the lines of, so he lives right near the shooting location, and he saw Jamie Lee Curtis there visiting or whatever, and there's rumor that, you know, she was around there, and he knows for a fact that she was on a set there. However, this is the part that I withheld from Fantasia. However, they're also shooting Avatar 2 around there, so she might have a role in Avatar 2. And if you think about it, her connection with James Cameron makes sense for that to happen also. So, you know, I wouldn't get too high-mighty on the man. He does believe she was for Mandalorian, but he does point out that it was for Avatar 2. So, Andrew, hearing that, what do you think of her in Avatar 2 then? Your favorite upcoming movie?
I'm even more excited for Avatar 2 now than ever. There's been so many Avatar 2 rumors casting-wise. My favorite is still Schwarzenegger as a new villain, which could still be the case. I don't know if that's been confirmed or not.
What if he's the Terminator?
The Terminator? It's just like, I'm going to get into a mech suit.
I'll be Navi.
Be Navi. I killed the Navi. I don't care. That's fine with me. That's Jamie Lee in that. She, I think, would be a good human hero or villain in Avatar. I don't know if they're going to still have humans or if they're just sticking with the aliens from now on. But I'll take her in that too. But again, my offer, it's not even an offer. My offer still stands. Please just make Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends and focus on making those good, okay? That's all I ask.
Jamie Lee Curtis, I believe, retired from acting in like 2000, and they pried her out to do, I think it was Freaky Friday. They pulled her out. And then all of a sudden, like, her, like, fifth wind came in. Everyone loves Jamie Lee Curtis. You know what? She needs to do more movies with Dan Aykroyd. I believe they've done 5 so far. So if she's in this episode of Mandalorian, Dan Aykroyd should be in this episode of Mandalorian. That's my
There's a fun fact that I learned about her where she is, in terms of like Hollywood, I think she's the only person who holds this prestige where she has played the same character, Laurie Strode, across, I think it's 5 different decades. She was Laurie in the 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s, and now she's going to be Laurie again in 2020. So that's going to be 6. The only other person underneath her who's like close to her is Anthony Daniels, because he played 3PO for I think 4 now or 5. But that's just neat. I just love that about her.
Well, yeah. Well, he would have. I guess this would be the first decade he won't do 3PO. But also, the voice is different from. That's incredible. She loves doing that.
Tony Daniels, you're gonna say that?
No. I don't mean that. I mean like the Droids cartoon versus putting on some. Well, because he did Clone Wars, right? What decade would he have missed?
He hasn't missed.
He hasn't missed one.
Any that I know of.
When did Phantom Menace come out? 99?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's had 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s. Oh, he's missing this decade, the 2020s.
Oh
she,
yeah.
she has all of those, but she's about to have the 2020s.
Yeah, so this is the only one that he won't have. Unless.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's incredible. I was excited about this. Like I said, everybody likes Jamie Lee Curtis. Nobody has ever said anything bad about her, have they? Not that I know of.
I don't think so. No, she's just a cool lady.
And if Andrew says that, then there's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and she likes yogurt, so hooray.
Well, it makes her poop. Wasn't that the whole point of that commercial?
I don't know. I think it was just like, I'm in my 50s/60s. I'm not quite sure. And I'm like, yogurt, what's good for you? Hooray.
She's playing a teenage babysitter until the day she stops acting, which she's tried to in the past, and they keep pulling her. By the way, that Freaky Friday movie, I really enjoyed that. I saw it in the theater.
I remember reading the book in like 4th grade,
Mm-hmm.
I think.
I didn't know it was a book. I know it was like a million versions.
Jodie
of
Foster did one. And
yeah.
And
yeah. Oh wait, what was the one? Oh, The Parent Trap is what I'm thinking of.
Parent Trap.
Right.
Like, also a great movie.
What's her Haley? Whatever, she was Miss Bliss on
Haley
the
Mills.
original.
Haley Mills.
Haley Mills.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good morning, Miss Bliss. Haley Mills.
I was like Haley Steinfeld.
Pollyanna.
She eats corn in that movie. That's all I remember.
They
She
sing
eats corn.
I remember my sister was obsessed with The Parent Trap. They made, I think, the sequel to The Parent Trap, the original, or there's a third one, when Haley Mills is older and they have a daughter, and then the daughter tries to pull those shenanigans, and they make some really delicious looking cookies when you're a kid.
That just sounds like what people thought the new Star Wars was going to be like. It's like, okay, so like you're a Jedi and like you save the galaxy, but you don't have a dad. And it's like, oh, she's a Jedi and she's going to save the galaxy, but she doesn't have a dad. And maybe it's Luke and he's an absentee. Like, I don't know if I like the idea of repeating certain things like that. I'm like, that's sad, especially like for Parent Trap. That's like a fun family movie. I'm like, oh.
Imagine if The Rise of Skywalker had been a middle chapter, and right at the end of it, they pull a Freaky Friday. So it's Sheevy P inside Rey's body. And the third movie, everybody thinks it's Rey, but it's actually him. And she's like, oh, yeah, sure, I'm glad I'm one of the good guys. Take me to your base again.
Oh, my God.
All right, who do you think? Okay, if Jamie, let's move on. We gotta get on track here. If Jamie Lee Curtis is in The Mandalorian season 2, is she the Armorer's mom?
I don't know.
Yes.
Wait, is there no chance? Is there no chance of her being the actual armor?
See, I kind of like that a little bit more.
No, it doesn't make sense because then her voice would have to be redubbed and.
Well, no, yeah, but
I was just joking with the Armorer's mom, but do you think she could be like what kind of role would you expect? Do you think it would be like Amy Sedaris type role where she just shows up and has some cool pit droids with her, or is she gonna be like a kick-ass Jamie Lee Curtis type?
Well, I'll see your armorer, James, and I'll raise you whoever is like who's the leader of their what's left of the Mandos. Maybe they are somebody called the Presidente. I don't know. Maybe that's who she's playing. She's like, I'm El Presidente of Mandalorian space. And he goes to her and he's like, I got this kid. I don't know what to do. And she's like, listen. And she's got a mask that kind of looks like Mike Myers, depending what her light, what kind of lighting is on it. And she has a knife.
Call that a knife? No, she's wearing like a William Shatner mask instead, and it's not painted white. She's such a dignified and like classy woman. I just feel like they would put her in a leadership role, but perhaps not so much. Like I feel like you don't get Jamie Lee Curtis and put a mask on her, unless she's like, I'm only available one day. So it's like, okay, we'll have someone do it and you'll voice it, and then this episode you have to take the mask off. So like maybe a leader of. I was gonna say empire, but I guess it's crumbling. So maybe like a first order empire, because first order commander or whatever, whoever's in charge. Because I don't see her as a leader that's like failing. I see her as a leader that's like winning.
Yeah, maybe even like with the New Republic, like
Yeah.
That prison ship was under her command or something, and she's like, damn it, I gotta find this guy.
Yeah. Prison ship.
Yeah, where he and Bill Burr.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
And Bill Burr is going to be back also.
Yeah.
So she could be
Nice.
associated with that crew.
Maybe it's something fun. Maybe she's the voice of something.
Yeah. That's another thing. It might be. I wonder if it's too early to announce any like voice actors, if any voices came in. Because remember, Nick Nolte was very close to the end, right? Where we heard, well, maybe not that close actually, but it was further along. It was like Nick Nolte, and you're like, what? So maybe she's an Ugnaught.
Maybe.
Lauren says, what about a senator of some kind?
Yeah. New Republic senator. I'm totally down for that.
At what point do we assume we'll start seeing, I guess this is a little too far ahead in time. It's like we won't see resistance at any point with the Mandalorian because it's not really that
too
time
soon.
period.
Yeah. The first order is just, I think it's just like start, like it's very early on.
Yeah. So it's definitely like New Republic, but like she could have been someone with the rebellion, right?
Mm-hmm.
I guess.
Absolutely. Here's a question for you both and the chat. Let me all know. Here's a never tell me the odds. How about that? Let's do a never tell me the odds. Will Jamie Lee Curtis's character, if she is in this show, refer at all to Leia? Will she make any sort of reference to Leia?
40%. And that's generous because Mandalorian's been good with not referring to people. Even like when they talk about big things, like they could have very easily had Grief Karga at that first episode be like, so ever since that Skywalker kid and Princess Leia blew up the thing, but like that could have been so easy for them to do, but they didn't. He was actually talking more like it's a bad thing the Empire's gone, and he's like, look, this is all I have. Imperial credits are worthless now. I can't do anything for you. So I think it's very unlikely we'll get mentions. But it's more likely now than it was first season. That's why I'm going 40, but that's as high as I'll go.
Yeah, like especially because we're possibly dealing with the Mandalorian jumping from backwater planet to backwater planet. That's what I just assume a bounty hunter is going to do on a regular basis, or whatever you want to call him. Yeah, I guess he's from the bounty hunter league or guild. So I'm gonna go. So, anyways, he's gonna go from backwater planet to backwater. So he's probably not gonna have to deal with any news of what's actually happening in like normal planets. Like, what is it like? What is it? Well, like Coruscant. What is that kind of planet considered? Like the central core planets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So like, I feel like he's gonna avoid people as much as he can, and then who knows where Baby Yoda's gonna take him. But I'm gonna go 48% because I feel like if anybody mentions Carrie Fisher's character, it'd be Jamie Lee Curtis. I don't know why. I put them in the same pocket.
It's like the same age and like class, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I think respect-wise, if anyone's going to somebody like that, like she's not associated with Star Wars, but they both came up around the same time, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, that's why getting a lot of low percentages in the chat. They're all wrong. It's 100%. She's playing Leia.
Here's a crazy odd. Okay, I'm just going to throw this out here because we always like to think when we have an older actor coming into something, we always like to think, okay, who in the back of the timeline could this person maybe have been before? So what are the odds, this is really out there, that she is a surviving Naboo handmaiden?
That's funny that you mentioned it, but I don't want to spoil something for you. I'm going to say... How tall is Jamie Lee Curtis? I know you don't have that info in your head, but like she seems
like she's tall. Yeah, she's a tall lady.
And Natalie Portman isn't tall, and all her handmaids are like the same height as her.
She's 1.7 meters.
Oh, I hate meters.
The hell, man! In feet, Google. 5'7". She's 5'7".
Oh, okay. That's about average height. Anyway, that's the only thing I think of when you ask. I'm gonna go 60%. I kind of like that idea.
Yes.
I don't know why, but like it's fun. I mean, you said it was crazy, anyways, but like, yeah.
Imagine one day we get Keira Knightley playing Sabe again.
Keira Knightley.
Did you read that article where she fell asleep on set? She's like, "Oh, I was in set.
Yeah, I
I
think
fell asleep
so.
on set." That's my Natalie Portman impression. That's my Keira Knightley impression.
It's bang on.
Yeah, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good with my impressions lately. I don't know. I could do a really good Jamie Lee Curtis from Knives Out. I haven't seen Knives Out, so I don't know any of her lines. But I'm sure if I knew her lines, I'd be able to knock them out of the park.
She's awesome.
One of her lines is Andrew is canon. Try saying that.
Andrew is not canon. And then Dan Aykroyd shows up, pours her some Crystal Head whiskey, and
Let's talk
vodka.
about
We have a
canon.
great time. By the way, Crystal Head vodka is the best vodka.
Is it really?
I'm not even going to lie right now. It's corn from Chatham, Ontario, and water from like Newfoundland, and it is the best.
Comes in a big skull, right?
Comes in a big
Yes.
crystal skull. Yeah,
Yeah.
because Dan
It's the
Aykroyd
whole
is obsessed
marketing
with it.
scheme.
Yeah, Dan Aykroyd. It's the best. It's the best vodka. Take that, vodka drinkers. Dan Aykroyd, shoot me a text and a cash check. What? Cash check?
Cash check.
I'm excited for Jamie Lee Curtis in this movie though because she is a great actress and the cast. You look at who's behind it. It's Star Wars, right? And if you feel like they could get whoever they want to be in it, and it's like Jon Favreau's like dream cast of actors coming in. You know, it's like who do I want? I want this person and this person. I'm still waiting for Vince Vaughn. Vaughn.
Oh my god.
But Vince Vaughn hasn't been in a Jon Favreau movie for like ever.
He hasn't been in a movie, period, forever.
Vince Vaughn and Peter Billingsley.
Peter Billingsley, I love every time he produces. Well, he's in Far From Home. That was the best part of Far From Home. Was Peter Billingsley.
Which one's Far From Home?
Spider-Man. Because he played this character from Iron Man.
Oh,
1.
yeah.
That was the best
Yeah.
part. Yeah.
I was like, what? Oh, yeah.
I feel like Vince Vaughn would make a good stormtrooper. Like, think of the way he rants, because he has epic rants,
Yes.
and then just think of that happening muffled behind a stormtrooper helmet, and it's just that much funnier.
He was in this season of Curb Your Enthusiasm, and he's actually a character. He wasn't like, hey, look, it's Vince Vaughn. But he's in a bunch of episodes, and he's part of the plot, but he kind of isn't. It feels like they were shooting, and then Vince Vaughn just walked in. Like, he's wearing clothes. I'm like, yeah, he'd wear that in real life. And he's good, but he just comes in and is Vince Vaughn.
There's like in Wedding Crashers, the director was like, Vince Vaughn loves to eat. That's why he's eating in every scene. He would just eat, so I started putting food on the scene.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Vince Vaughn is another K2SO. I would watch that. Like that kind of robot. I'd be like, what do you mean Cassie
Yeah.
told me had to? I didn't tell Cassie had to. What do you could tell me Cassie had to? He's a
Oh
course.
yeah, because he's like 6'6", right? He's a big
He's
guy.
4,000 feet tall.
Yeah.
4,000 feet tall. He's great. Spielberg saw him in Swingers and then cast him in Jurassic Park 2. True story.
That was the first thing I ever saw him in.
That's the first thing everybody saw him in. Don't kid yourself. Nobody saw.
Yeah.
Was it Rudy? Nobody watched Rudy at that point.
Not at that point, no.
No, Rudy wasn't a cult classic yet.
No.
You had to wait a little while. Any other ideas who Jamie Lee Curtis could be playing? If she is in it. I mean, she might have just been there to visit somebody. She might be like, Michael Bean's here. I got to go say hi to my buddy Michael Bean.
Yeah.
Have they been in a movie together?
80s. I'm sure they did something together. They probably partied.
They both did coke.
With Jamie Lee Curtis, she's married to Christopher Guest? I'm sure
Yes.
they all hung out together.
Yes,
He's
yes.
hilarious. They all hung out together for sure.
Ugh.
A Mighty Wind. Watch A Mighty Wind, everybody. I'm gonna.
Best in Show.
No, Best in Show. Oh my God, Best in
Like,
Show.
There's so many good ones. Like, it's
Yeah.
just, I think Mighty Win and Best in Show really go toe to toe.
I mean, Spinal
if you
Tap.
know. And then, well, this is Spinal Tap has a different vibe to it,
Yeah,
but like
but
it's
those-
older, right?
Yeah. Oh, Best in
It's
Show is
close.
just so. I couldn't do it. I have two left feet. Eugene Levy and Catherine O'Hara.
left feet. I forgot
Yeah,
about
he has
that.
two
Oh my
left
God.
feet, and then they cut it. He actually has two left feet. It's so good. Oh man.
Totally side Akbar. I don't know if I told you this. I saw Spinal Tap in a theater last fall
What?
because I had like this gap between work, and it was playing at one of the Toronto film theaters,
that's
Cineplex, and I'm like, sure, I've never seen this in a theater.
Oh my god.
Still holds up. Still stacks up.
Awesome.
They need to do that more. Screen older movies. I've only done that once. It was Halloween a couple years ago, and they did a double feature because they're so short. They did the old Universal, The Wolfman and the Mummy.
Oh,
Nice.
Those are like 80 minutes each, right? So you can do a double feature, and it's nothing.
Cool. They,
It was cool just to see it on the huge screen, and people are like clapping, and I'm like, hey, we all know how it's gonna end.
They do it a lot, but you have to be like aware of when it happens. Like it's sometimes like you just have to be perusing their website on a regular basis because like they do, I forget what it's called, like playback or film rewind, and there's something always at some point, but it's only like one day.
Yeah. If I want to see Back to the Future. If they do Back to the Future, I'm there.
I'm sure they've done it at least once, but yeah. Again, side Akbar, if you want to see some old movies, go to the Cinesphere in Toronto because they've been showing a lot of different stuff there.
Yeah, in a couple of years when they reopen.
Yeah.
Well, up until 3 weeks ago, they were
Right
showing
now, it's the stay away sphere.
Cinesphere because it's fearful to go out.
That's brutal.
Yeah.
All right, Jamie Lee Curtis, Mandalorian season 2. Danny says connect her to Holdo. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
I was thinking
friend did the Holdo maneuver.
I forget when it was we were talking about Mandalorian, what show we were before. I think it was the Michael Biehn one. And I didn't bring it up, but I was thinking like, how cool would it be to see like a younger Holdo show up? Because she's completely the opposite of the world of Mando. She's not out in the dirt on the outer rim. She wears colorful clothing. She's clean. Like she is not the Mandalorian's world at all. But I want to see her again. I miss her.
But she was in the book Leia, Princess of Alderaan, correct? Or,
Right.
Yeah.
I want to know if her hair is actually purple or pink or whatever that color is all the time. Because it's just like I wanted to know why that. Like it's like I felt like that was a choice. I mean, obviously it's like, look, this is different. We did something, but like story wise, I feel like there's a reason she looks like, I don't know.
I don't know. I can't remember if she had that hair in the book or not. I think she did, but don't quote me on that. It's been a hot minute.
I've said it before. I always liked Holdo as a interesting like connection to like Mon Mothma, only in clothes alone, because it's like Mon Mothma always wears white, typically. And this one, and then Holdo is like, I like purple, fuchsia, whatever that color is.
Somebody in Star Wars needs to wear tiger print. We need to get that back.
I'm surprised we haven't had a tiger like alien race yet.
Oh, it's coming.
We have run out. Speaking of tigers, I have been binging Tiger King all day.
Yes.
Oh my god, what an insane thing!
The memes that show has generated, Brock, are literally keeping me sustained. I don't need food or water anymore. I just need memes of Tiger King. I'm good.
I can't wait for this all to be over and hear like the viewing of things, like how it's affected like Netflix and all that with people being home.
Holdo has various hairs in the book. Just saying.
Various hairs.
And like, you know, bringing it back to Star Wars is like how well will Disney Plus do during this like this quarantine? Like, are people discovering new Star Wars content?
Speaking of which, did you hear about Iger and Chopek? What they're doing with their salaries? Iger is not even going to have a salary, and Chopek's going 50% of his. Look, they're gazillionaires anyway, but I mean, that is leadership, right? That's just saying, look, they're bazillionaires. They're not going to be affected too bad by that move, but it makes them look good. It makes the company look good. It helps their employees. And one thing I'll say from reading the Iger book is it starts off with the shooting in Orlando. Do you guys remember that from a few years ago? It starts off with that, and the reason why it starts off with that is because he says that that Disney has a database of all their employees, and they pretty much always know where they are, basically. And when something tragic happens, they know exactly who was there and if they were affected, and they found out how many people that worked for Disney passed away due to that, like immediately almost. So Disney, from what I've read, has takes a lot of care of their employees, and their employees matter a great deal to them. That's what.
How candid is that book, James? Like, is he not afraid to be like, Disney made a mistake and I'm going to call them out on it here?
Yeah, he makes mistakes. He does. It's a business book, right? He's trying to. It's more like business oriented than his life and everything. So it's a really good book. When he makes a mistake, he acknowledges it, and he talks about meetings that they have and all that.
Because I think a book like that, full transparency kind of book about the way that company has been run over the years would be fascinating. Like the early '90s Disney, where it was not. It was turning out good stuff, but it was not the most morally outstanding company.
No, but you're not going to get that in this one because he was working at ABC at that point. So so during that, so you basically follow him and his rise basically, but he kind of gives you like tips on it all, like and how he succeeded and stuff. It's a really good book, but it starts off with that and then the alligator, the gator at the park right after. It's like it's like back to back disasters like that. That's how it starts. So you're like, why is it starting like this? But yeah, there's a reason why it starts like that, obviously, and it's a really good book. I would suggest everybody reading it, even if you don't care, because it's a good read. It's well written. Also, it's a lot of fun.
Cool.
I just wanted to get rid of the tiger shark talk because.
Tiger shark.
I haven't seen the show, but I'm honestly kind of like tired of it based on everybody posting stuff on it, and it doesn't look like people shower often on that show, and I don't like watching things where people don't shower.
There's not a whole lot of cleanliness. One of the
I don't like watching that stuff.
That poor girl, like they're interviewing people, they're doing talking heads. That girl, I forget her name, Kelsey, I think. Her talking head, she's filmed sitting next to a pile of garbage.
Like, oh yeah.
You couldn't tell her like move your chair. Someone more like she's sitting next to a pile of garbage.
I would suggest watching it, James, because it's flooring to me how much content they have. Like and it's explained in it, like because this character that you follow around, like he wanted it videotaped constantly. Like he's a narcissist, he wants like attention constantly. But like the amount of footage of all these things, it's like you're there. It's like, wow.
Anyway. I will think about it. I have other things I need to watch, like Ninja Turtles and Rise of Skywalker.
Yes, the movies you've already watched 10 times.
That's what Aaron gets so annoyed when I watch. Yeah. It's always the same stuff. No, and then every once in a while I'll watch something out of the blue like McMillions, and it's like, why are you watching that? I'm like, I don't know. This is interest. I'm hard to please, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hard. But look at this. I have Purell. Suck it. You guys can't see it, but I'm pulling up Aaron gives me a bottle of Purell every year on my birthday and Christmas, and I'm sure this year I won't be able to get any because everybody went nuts.
Guys, send us $79.95 in a self-addressed stamped envelope, and that Purell can be yours.
No, I'm not giving away my Purell. I have a closet full. Trump's coming after me. Trump and Ford are going to get my hoard of Purell that I've had. They probably all expired, too. Probably, yeah.
It's fine. We'll be fine by Easter. We'll be fine.
Yeah, now it's June, I think. There's no English on the back of this bottle. Where did she get this from?
The Hone region, whatever it is. Oh, that's Pokemon. Wuhan. Wuhan region.
Brock's been playing so much Pokemon.
Dude, you don't have no idea.
I don't have
I just want to be the very best, James.
Is that the... My nieces and nephew were over. I have Sonic Racing, Mario Kart, only racing games, and Mario Odyssey on the Switch. Mm-hmm. Plus, I have the eShop, right? The NES and SNES old stuff, and I have all these demos downloaded that I've just never deleted. My nephew spent the whole time playing Pokemon demo. I was like, dude, it's a demo. He's like, I don't care. I was like, all right. And then he moved to Kirby, but it was like only demos. I'm like, we have a full game. No, we played those. I'm like, whatever. So anyway, all right, let's do some trivia. You want to do some trivia?
Sure.
Trivia.
We'll do it just like this afternoon. If you weren't here this afternoon, where were you? Don't have a life?
Yeah.
Visit us. So basically, we're going to say a question, and then we'll kind of milk it for a little while. And we'll wait for the chat to catch up. Write your answer in the chat. We won't do numbers this time because it seemed pretty smooth out the numbers. So we'll just say the question. You guys give your answer to the question, and we'll read those answers, and we'll see who knows Star Wars the most. My bet is on Rural Farm Boy, not Andrew Fantasia.
That's fair and wrong.
Because you hate Star Wars. Also, I've seen you at trivia.
Yes. Yeah.
All right, here we go. Then it's multiple choice also. Who lamented, "So this is how liberty dies," to thunderous applause? Was it...
Othello.
It was Othello. Was
Verse
it Padme?
1, chapter 3.
Was it Corday? Was it Padme Amidala, Jar Jar Binks, Ter Tanil, or Bail Organa?
Can you imagine if it was Jar Jar Binks?
This is how
when I rewatched Attack of the Clones, I put subtitles on, and I never noticed when he does his little like speech to allow Palpatine become in charge of everything. Yeah. That he says is Dello Feligates instead of my fellow delegates. I never like clued into that. And
that's why Jar Jar is the single greatest character created. I love Jar Jar, and I don't care. All right, we got a lot of Padmes. A couple of us. Oh boy, Padme is correct. I'm not going to ask you guys because it's pretty obvious. Here we go. Second question: what appointment did Chancellor Palpatine give Anakin Skywalker, much to the Jedi's surprise?
Ooh, I know this one.
What appointment? Congratulations, Andrew. What appointment did Chancellor Palpatine give Anakin Skywalker, much to the Jedi's surprise? A, he made him a senator. Anakin is a Senate. B, he made him chief of security. C, he made him general in the Grand Army of the Republic. Or D, he made him his personal representative on the Jedi Council. A, made him a senator. B, made him chief security. C, made him general in the Grand Army of the Republic. Or D, he made him personal representative to the Jedi Council. Here we go. We have Rural wants to hear Andrew's say. Andrew wants to. Rural Farmer wants to hear the answer in Andrew's Jar Jar voice. We got Rez saying advisor. Rachel is swearing in the chat. She says, "Shit, that's not even an option." She's a personal advisor. Rep.
That's what Palpatine told him. You shit, Anakin.
Lauren says D per rep. 2med2 Michael says the title of Darth. I'm not wrong. It's not a choice. Rural says Jedi Council. Mr. S says I knew. Blunt Tweet says D. What do you guys think? Brock, you first?
D, I believe. Yeah. I can't remember when that happened. Which movie is it in?
Clones.
Okay.
Clones, right?
It's in Revenge of the Scythe.
Like, is it right at the beginning?
Oh, right. If that's what if that's what he wants in the. Yeah. Great movie. Here we go. Next question. Who had good relations with the Wookiees?
That's so funny. I just read a story about this.
Was it Mace Windu? I have good relations with the Wookiees, mother. Yoda.
Yes, I love the Wookiees, and I go to Kashyyyk all the time.
Yoda, Barriss Sophie, or Aya Sakura? Poodoo. Revenge of the Sith. Revenge of the Sith middle. Oh yeah, these are all Revenge of the Sith questions. Yoda says, Rachel Alford.
That is an avalanche of Yodas.
You're all Yodas. Yeah, you're all wrong. It's a baby Yoda.
It's a group of Yodas.
Baby Yoda. I saw a post yesterday of Steve Sansweet holding a toy Yoda from 1990. And I said,
"You can lift the whole car over his head?"
Yeah, and I said, that's a kick-ass picture of adult baby Yoda. I got blocked. Okay. Next question. Udini! Kashyyyk. Here we go. Where did the Clone Wars start? Tatooine, Geonosis, Naboo, or Coruscant? Coruscant's how they refer to the planet on the Shadows of the Empire audiobook, if you're wondering.
Really?
That's what Rob said on our Shadows of the Empire episode. So anyway, the Clone Wars started on Tatooine, Geonosis, Naboo, or Coruscant.
To be fair, if George didn't want that planet's name butchered, that silent C is totally not necessary.
Looking at the chat. Naboo, says Rachel Alford.
Automated Joy saw a character named Kashyyyk on Star Trek Voyager.
Yeah. Very hairy character. Geonosis says Farmboy, Laura, and Rancor. And Rachel swapped her guess for Geonosis. Dale, Geonosis, Automated Geonosis. Pfft, all Geonosis. Brock, where do you think it is?
Geonosis.
I'm not going to give the last question because it's stupid. Here we go. And feel free to answer this if you are anywhere south of us. How did Obi-Wan Kenobi feel about politicians? They are morally responsible. A few are trustworthy. They're not to be trusted. They should be obeyed.
That's actually a good question. I like that.
But Anakin, she's a politician. How did Obi-Wan Kenobi feel about politicians? They were morally responsible. A few were trustworthy. They're not to be trusted. They should be obeyed.
Well, if you also have Clone Wars, he's sleeping with one, so infer what you will.
Either Aaron's watching a show downstairs or there's a motorcycle underneath me. I don't know what is happening. Andrew, this is a G-rated show, please. We're getting a lot of not to be trusted. Brock?
Yeah, not to be trusted.
Next question. Everyone's not to be trusted. They're not to be trusted. Where did Senator Amidala plan to go while she and Anakin were hiding on Naboo? The canyon, the plains, the lake country, the ocean shore.
I like this one too.
Where did Senator Amidala plan to go while she and Anakin Skywalker were hiding on Naboo? The canyon, the plains, the lake country, or the ocean shore?
All right, I'm not totally sure.
All right, you'll be the first one we go to. Okay, Brock, what do you think?
The lake country, is that what you said?
Lake country is what you're saying. Rural Farm Boy says Naboo. Okay, Rural Farm Boy. But on Naboo, was it the canyon, the plains, the lake country, or the ocean shore? Not the plane. They're not going on an airplane.
It's either that or the ocean shore.
The answer is we got a lot of lake. We got sand by Dale Herdman. Sand! Anakin just leaves her to rot. It's like, the answer is the lake country. The lake country.
Mm-hmm. They have gondolas there.
That's where she kissed Anakin. There's a deleted scene with Padme's family that I really like, actually.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's a really good scene. It kind of strengthens the relationship between Anakin and Padme also, I find. Do you know that scene?
I've heard of it. I haven't seen it. Did they did they bring those actors back for her funeral without lines?
That I don't know. Good question.
If you know, send a self-addressed stamped envelope with $79.95.
You could be on the next taping of America's Funniest Home Videos.
All right, next question. What planet was Anakin Skywalker on when Obi-Wan Kenobi tried to contact him from Geonosis? A, Naboo, B, Tatooine, C, Coruscant, or D, Geonosis?
Really?
I like this one too.
I mean, look, if this was made now, they'd be on their phone messaging each other from 2 feet away. Social distancing, Brock. What planet was Anakin Skywalker on when Obi-Wan Kenobi tried to contact him from Geonosis? Naboo, Tatooine, Coruscant, or Geonosis? We got Tatooine. Brock, do you know where he was?
Tatooine, I believe,
Andrew?
because he had to kill
He had to.
Tusken
He
Raiders.
had to.
Mhm.
All
Yeah,
Tatooine.
they acted like animals, so they died like animals.
And not just the men.
But the women and the children and
All
those
right.
weird dogs they have.
All right, you guys ready for a terrible question?
Yeah.
I hope so.
All right, here we go. Chat, get ready for this one. How old was Mace Windu during the Battle of Naboo? How old was Mace Windu during the Battle of Naboo? And your options are A, 38, B, 40, C, 48, or D, 50.
So the last few questions were about like important plot things that were like,
Yep.
if you paid attention, it's not that hard.
Yep.
Can I just drop a guess?
Yeah.
48?
So far we have R.I.P. Rachel saying 45. Brock, you gonna take a guess? Andrew's 48.
I was
Rachel's
gonna say 40, but I'm gonna go 48 with Andrew because I feel like there's like we'll just make whatever age Samuel L. Jackson was probably at the time. I don't know.
We've got 40 coming in from Lauren, Rural, Blonde Tweets, Dale, Rachel swapped to 40. The answer is 40. 48, no ideas, says Automated Joy. Sam Jackson is going to kill us all. I was 20. 40. Like, why would anyone know that? Res dropping.
He was really
Yeah,
40? That was what the answer
40, because I guess if he's 40
Wow.
then he would be 50 in Attack of the Clones, so it kind of works out to his actual age.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, so whatever. Here we go. Who exclaimed, "At last we will have revenge"? Was it Darth Maul?
Exclaimed is a strong word.
Who exclaimed, "At
Lament and
last
exclaim."
we will have revenge"? Obi-Wan Kenobi, Darth Maul, Qui-Gon Jinn, or Darth Sidious? Let me say that again in the proper order. A, Darth Maul, B, Obi-Wan Kenobi, C, Qui-Gon Jinn, or D, Darth Sidious?
It'd be awesome if it was Obi-Wan Kenobi. We're like, wow, what a twist.
Obi-Wan Kenobi. Maul. I want a couple more Mauls, so I go Maul.
Lauren Ramos says Palps.
Palps, GVP. Farm Boy says Maul. Brock, you want to take a guess?
This is in which one? Revenge of the Sith?
This is
Or
Menace.
Phantom? That's sort of a giveaway. Say it again. What is the exact phrasing?
At last,
Hold on.
we will.
Rural wants you to say it the way it was said in the movie, James.
Me? I only do British females. Okay, here, I'll try it. At last, we will have our revenge. That's not good at all. See, at last, we'll have our revenge. See, I could do better as Rey. That was Luke Skywalker. I thought it was a myth. At last, we will reveal ourselves to the Jedi. At last, we will have revenge. We will have revenge. That's Dr. Claw.
Still sounds a lot like Obi-Wan.
I've got two modes.
Next time, Gadget. Next time.
Do you guys know the answer?
Andrew?
It's Molicus P. Maul, I think.
Why can't you just say the word right?
Now it's Kylo Ren. But I do. At last we will have revenge. Which Jedi, new question, which Jedi was not a member of the Jedi Council? This is a great one here.
The memes are coming.
It's coming in hot with Yaddle, Yariel Poof, Qui-Gon Jinn, or Sacy Tin. I did not say one of those names right. Well, Yaddle. I think I nailed Yaddle. Sorry, let's go. Which Jedi was not a member of the Jedi Council? Baby Yoda's mom. And then the other three. Yariel Poof, Qui-Gon Jinn, or Sacy Tin? How do you say that? Size?
Saisi.
Saisi.
Uh,
Well, I don't know. Saisi
Like
10.
Khaleesi.
Saisi 10. Kiadi Mundi had 700 wives.
Yeah.
ooh.
She said 10. Stacy 10. Anakin. It wasn't a Jedi. Not yet. Smurf.
Smurf is the right answer.
Dale has Qui-Gon. Rachel has Qui-Gon, but I do. Rural Farm Boy, Qui-Gon Jinn. Brock?
I don't know who two of the other characters are. So I don't know. Is this a trick question? Like,
It's
we
Boba
think
Fett.
it's Qui-Gon Jinn, or we don't think it's Qui-Gon Jinn, but he never actually was part of the council? I can't even remember.
Well, is that's the question, right? That it's
Like,
the person
which-
not on the council?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was Qui-Gon. If you would listen to them, you might be on the council. That's what Obi-Wan says to Qui-Gon. It's Qui-Gon Jinn.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah.
And it makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know who the other two characters are, so it's like
I couldn't even say their names. Those-
And then like it's like simple questions like, yeah, throw this really like weird curveball one. Is like, haha, it's not. It Qui-Gon was a member of the thing.
Yeah.
You know what I just...
Well, you think he's not?
How much fun would it have been if Rob was on this afternoon's lunchtime trivia for the Boba Fett question? All right, here we
I
go.
don't know, man. I think
No, but you know how Rob is. We can all let it go.
Yeah.
But we just love that. Here we go. No, that was a weird one. It was a slippery
Yeah.
slope. How many towers does the Jedi Temple have? How many
Ooh.
towers does the Jedi Temple have? The Blonde Tweets has returned. Gonna take this one down.
96.
You're close. 4, 6, 5, or 3. 4, 6, 5, or 3. How many towers does the Jedi Temple have? 4, 6, 5, or 3.
4. Can't visualize it. I know I can kind of visualize it, but I really can't.
Dale Erdman.
What's
4
that
plus
dome
1.
thing that's on Coruscant? Is that the Senate?
A big mushroom thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I feel like you see that a lot in Clone Wars.
Yeah, you do actually.
All right. Rachel saying 1. Lauren saying 4. Rancor Review saying 5. Rural Farm Boy saying 5. Andrew, what do you got?
5.
Brock, what do you got?
4. Why? I'm sure it's 5, but like, why do you remember that? Is there a reason? Is there importance to the 5 things, or you can just visualize it?
No importance. I'm just remembering there's like 4
Yeah.
like in a square and then a center one.
Oh, okay.
I remember the book saying something like the Jedi don't want to be up in the high center one because they don't want the ego of that, so they just go in one of the 4 main ones, and that's their tower.
Oh. Okay.
The answer is 5.
There you go.
Last
I want a date with me.
Last question for the day. Ready? I'll go with this one. What makes Naboo a unique planet? Its core is a honeycomb of caves and tunnels. Its core was artificially produced and is regularly maintained. It has more than one active core. Or D, its core contains an air-like atmosphere. What makes Naboo a unique planet? Its core is a honeycomb of caves and tunnels. Its core was artificially produced and is regularly maintained. It has more than one active core, or its core contains an air-like atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what the blank core is? I have no idea. I'm gonna go with the first one because they go through tunnels to get to Naboo from the Gungan city. I like. I hope it's the art. It was art. Like part of it was artificially made. That's kind of fun. I don't know.
We have Rachel and Rancor Review coming in with D. Its core contains an air-like atmosphere. Dale Erdman saying that it's artificially produced. Rez is saying its core is artificially produced also. Blonde tweets also D. Rural Farm Boy has C. It has more than one active core. Andrew, did you give an answer?
No, I'm pretty sure it's A for exactly the reason Brock said. Like, it's got the tunnels. That's how the bongo gets from point A to point B.
And Automated Joy, who won the novel of High Republic, says A, and Automated Joy is correct on this one. It is A, the honeycomb aesthetic of it. So there you go. That's our trivia for today. It was just a little fun trivia after we talked about Jamie Lee Curtis coming in like a wrecking ball and taking over Mandalorian season 2. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Thanks everybody in the chat for playing along with us. We should do lunchtime trivia again. Everybody, lunchtime trivia, and everybody, you can win a date with Fantasia virtually. He'll send you a greeting, the one that I wake up to every morning. I hate you, and I'm like, whoa, Andrew, where'd that come from?
Be like, sorry, it's Thursday.
At 8:35, 2med2 is doing his live stream over on his channel. So make sure you check that out. Always a good time over there, hanging out, talking Star Wars. 8:35 p.m. live, 2med2. Just looking at the chat right now. There's a fly buzzing around in here. That's always good. It's the apocalypse. Apocalypse. I have to. It's gonna be. I have to leave.
That's a real jump there.
I have to leave my house tomorrow. And that's why I'm bringing this bottle of Purell with me and 7 others, and I'm burning wherever I'm wearing tomorrow. I'm just gonna throw my fire pit when I get home and burn it off. light it on fire, pour gasoline all over myself, and hope for the best. Yeah, there's so many trivia cards left. This is just one deck. I haven't even gone through half of it yet. So it is a lot of fun. We can do more of this. It's good to talk to you guys, get to know some Star Wars trivia. Maybe we'll do like an ultimate one later on. But anyway, this was a lot of fun. Brock, did you have fun?
Sure. We've done like 3 of these today, so it's all just sort of running.
We've done 2 today. One's tomorrow.
And in the in between, I was editing stuff for Patreon, so I'm like,
oh yes.
hooray!
You're sick of seeing our faces.
Star Wars.
Yeah, 2med2 is going to have a special guest. It might be Rachel. It might not be. I'm not going to say who it is. So that's going to be a lot of fun over there. Andrew, did you have fun? Anything you want to say?
I mean, I guess I had fun. All I want to say is, Jamie Lee, I love you. But Mandalorian season 2 is going to be good with or without you. But Halloween will not. So make sure you make those 2 movies the best they can be, please.
Shout out to Halloween H2O, Joseph Gordon-Levitt taking the hockey skate to the head to start it off. Yeah. Great.
He plays hockey by himself in a house.
Yeah, which normal people do. Normal people do on Halloween. That's what you do. The hockey skate to the head. I remember watching that. I actually fast forward that scene because I'm scared of horror movies. But it's a lot of fun. Thanks everybody for joining us. We'll be back 9 a.m. tomorrow, and then at 12 p.m. again tomorrow. Live chats all day. Hang out with us while you're isolated in your home. We look forward to chatting with you, talking with you, having fun. Brock, when are you gonna have those Patreon exclusives ready to
go? Probably soon.
So I'll have it by the end of the week. A new cloning around for everybody. Whoop, so I was supposed to say that. New cloning around for everybody by the end of the week. We have some other fun stuff coming as well. And again, here, live chats all week, 3 times a day. It's exhausting. But you know what else is exhausting, Brock? All the cleaning I have to do. I'm home now. I'm like dusting and vacuuming and cooking. And
just end the show.
It's just so tiring. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. 8:35. Mike over at 2med2. Check him out. Rachel is his guest tonight talking Edge of Hope. Until then, may the force of others be with you.
I know, right?